I love you.
What is up? Thanks for tuning in to our next live YouTube chat. As you can see, we have a whole band here today. So
we hear
the patrons once again have sent in some really fun questions for us to answer. And before we do that, I just wanted to thank you guys for chatting and tuning in. It's been fun for me to hang out with you all. If you have any questions, I know Liz Newton is still in the chat and she can help you out with any of that. And so now we will get going. We have a question from Pete about traveling. Oh, he loves our cover of Here Comes the Sun and wants to know, is that on our Europe set list? Are we talking about the set list?
Should we talk about the set list?
Let's talk about the set list.
That one's a probably no.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Pete.
But
We're
if
starting
you're
it all high down.
I mean, but you could, I don't know, in the Q&A section.
I will say if we know enough of a song,
We could do it a cappella.
I know the
we
guitar
can do
intro.
a little of it.
If you
Ellen is a big part of that song as well.
Depends on what part of the song. If you like just like guitar playing, I could do some tasty stuff. But if you're there for Julianne's voice, that would be up to her. So I'll start playing it, and she decides to join.
We finished our rehearsals.
Anyways.
We can do pieces of songs sometimes. It doesn't hurt to ask in a Q&A, but I don't think it's on the regular set list.
Doesn't hurt to ask. It might hurt to get told no.
So, speaking of, Katie just mentioned a Q&A. If you guys have seen us live, you know what we're talking about. If you have not seen us live, something fun that we started doing in 2020 is we were unable to do meet and greets, so we started having a portion in our show where we would open up the floor to audience members if they had a question they wanted to ask us or a comment. And we had so much fun kind of interacting live with each audience. It also makes each show incredibly different. So that is the time Katie's talking about. If you have something that you're really dying to know or a song that's really meant a lot to you that we've done, that is when you can do it.
Yeah, we've tried to pick songs that we honestly thought you guys would want to hear. And so it's good for me to hear stuff like, oh, are you going to do Here Comes the Sun? Because we've looked through our YouTube channel and seen like, oh, the places we're going, which songs do they like the best? And what are our most popular songs on YouTube? And what's getting the best response here at home? And so we really have chosen songs that way. So we'll be interested to see kind of what people are wanting to hear. So thanks for saying that, honestly.
Yeah. Also, do want to mention we're currently in our band's office, and these lovely things are all letters you guys have mailed us that have encouraged us and brought a smile to our face. And so when you send a letter in, we do read it, and it does mean a lot to us. So thank you.
I like when people send drawings of us.
Oh, we do love the
I do love
children.
that. Children.
That's true.
Us
Kids.
as children.
Okay, next question's from Michael. Katie, when is your album going to be released, and are you revealing what songs are on it?
Ooh.
So it wouldn't really help to reveal what songs because none of them, I don't think you guys would know any of them except for, I will mention I put one on my Instagram like a year and a half ago, and it's called What'll I Do? So that one will be on there. Other than that, it'll just be a surprise. And I don't know when it's going to be released because it's still in the process of getting mixed. So once I have a general idea, then I will post about it. But hopefully before Christmas season kicks off is my goal.
Okay, next question. This is from the Lemon family, are we ever going to cover officially If We Never Meet Again This Side of Heaven?
Oh.
So the only way people would know that we've even covered this song is if you were at one of our Patreon reunions. And Katie and Emmett learned a version of this song for one of our great friends, Martin Hartley.
Hey, Martin.
And we don't have any current plans to cover it as a group, but it's a great song.
Yeah, I'm not opposed. We'll just see.
And then the second question is for Jules. What platform do you use to edit your vlogs?
Ooh.
Oh, I use Final Cut Pro. It's like very easy. If you like have a Mac or Apple product, you'll have iMovie automatically set up within it. So Final Cut is kind of just like a more like just has more options for a program, but it's very similar to iMovie, so I like it because it's easy for me
Yeah.
to figure out.
Thanks for asking, Natalie.
Yeah.
Okay. Happy anniversary to Dawn and Kathy Steins.
Congrats.
Oh, and they asked, when is Mom and Dad's anniversary?
Our anniversary is October the 12th, Columbus Day, 1985
Woo!
is the date, not the anniversary.
In honor of Columbus. They are huge Columbus fans.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Is there anyone joining or helping us on the European tour? Matt.
I'm joining and helping. Emmett's dad, Randy, is joining us to run our sound.
Yeah.
But he's always with us, so it's not like anything's changing.
So it's just the normal group minus me. Okay. Did any of us make it to the air show in Oshkosh?
No, not this year.
So I think John plans to go, not this year, but next year. And his dad went a few years. So we've heard the stories, sleeping under the wing of the airplane and
So fun.
all that.
Jules. Joe says he loves your new album, and have you felt pressure to leave the band and do your own thing?
This is awkward to ask.
No.
No
Who is this Joe?
Paul asks, when are we going to see Petersen action figures? Anyone?
Oh, I like that.
I think you're looking at
Would
right?
they be doing action?
I like that.
What?
Bobbleheads would be much more likely.
How
Yeah,
muscular
that
would
would be
mine
fun.
be?
Something where your arm just
Depends on who makes
goes like
it.
this.
Okay.
Bubble arm.
From Frank, now that we're focusing more on original music, does this affect our playing style and use of instruments by the band? I know we have a lot of Katie and Julian's covers, originals start on the piano, but then they get translated over. So is it hard to translate your originals to our band? If so, how do we go about it?
We're really thankful that Ellen's chosen to switch over to drums for the next year, and so like that'll make it like a lot of an easier transition.
She finally gets to play the drums.
But by drums, you just pat your belly.
I am now going to be much better at clarifying when people are being sarcastic because I received multiple emails about my triplets. So once again, a lot of what we say are jokes.
She's
Ellen
not
is
having triplets.
Not having triplets, and Ellen is not
This time.
switching to the drums. Just to clarify.
It is more difficult with some songs than others, as you can imagine. There are some that just fit really well with transitioning over. Like Annie's song I arranged on the piano. And when the band picked it up, it was very, very easy. But we have I remember it was harder for us when we first did May Baby. We were trying to figure out how should we even approach this. So it's kind of cool in a way with songs that are so different than what we're already playing, because then we can almost cover it like we would a normal song we would hear, instead of, well, all of this already makes sense and let's just put it on our instruments. So I'm sure that we won't be able to cover all of our original songs as a band. We'll just see what fits. Anyone else?
That's good. Well said, Katie.
Okay.
Here.
Okay.
Any for me?
Oh. From Mike Knowles, is Ellen planning on making it to the Christmas concerts? I'm planning on it.
Front row. Ellen's like, get it, mama.
Okay, for Mom, what is your recommendation for double bass strings for Americana music?
Ooh.
I am the last person you should ask for recommendations. I currently don't like the strings that I'm using.
Tell us what they are.
And I don't even know what they are, but they were these strings that were supposed to be great, and you could play them anywhere and they'll last forever. You won't have to buy strings. You just got to pay a lot. And so I put them on both my instruments, and I do not
He
like
doesn't
them.
like.
Other question for you. So sorry about that. Once again, this is great.
Just a little rant.
For
Grabs the
amplification, what is your recommendation for pickups or microphones?
I do like, what do we have? Fishman for full circle. But it is, my travel basis has a short in it, so I think I need to pack it differently. But I like that. Randy's the one to ask for all the other stuff. He takes really good care of me, and I don't know what he's doing down
Matt,
there.
what
but
does mom use?
I think it's a Fishman.
And then for our YouTube videos, she uses your trumpet.
Your trumpet lab makes a bass condenser mic.
So what you hear in the live shows is a different pickup than what you hear for the YouTube videos. So
The nice thing about that is we never fight over it. I just accept whatever's happening. It's great. So
Very nice.
Like a good child.
Katie,
What?
will they be able to get your new album on the European tour?
Oh no,
No.
definitely not. Because
She'll have it, but she just doesn't want you guys to have it.
she'll
I
show
wish.
it and run across
She'll
the
go,
stage.
do you want one of these? Too bad.
Emmett, how long have you been playing disc golf? And who is your favorite disc golf pro?
Oh.
Chance Rogers.
Chance is pretty good.
Chance is a great
Chance.
golfer.
I started playing disc golf back when I was living in Springfield with my brother-in-laws. So it's probably been like 10 years, but there's a 5-year gap in there where I didn't play at all. So I'm not very good. But I don't watch any disc golf, so I couldn't even tell you what the pros are.
I didn't even know you could go pro.
I go pro.
I didn't know it was a sport.
Mom's like, what's this called?
I had a guy come to my high school class and he did like frisbee tricks one time. I bet he was a pro.
I bet he was.
He had like this little
What
tiny
else
like,
can you do with that?
pizza box size thing. He was slinging them in. And we were all like, I mean, he got 1 out of 10. So we were like, who paid this guy?
Still better than I
He's
did.
missed 9 in a row.
Hopefully he's not watching today.
He's not.
Oh, I do see a question in the chat. Jules, you want to talk about the background story on learning how to swallow pills?
Yeah, it was just one of the first songs that I wrote, and it was just on the piano. So yeah, I didn't know how to swallow pills, so that's kind of an inspiration in college.
She went to college
Yeah.
that way.
Well, we had the we had the
vitamins?
Flintstone chewables
Yeah.
forever.
I still do chewable vitamins. I don't like
Now I can swallow pills very well. Very good at swallowing pills. But
Loves her
I
pills.
switched to chewable.
Mom's actually
Mom-
going the opposite
Yeah.
way.
Mom already went up and she's on her way back down.
All right, we have a question. Do you prepare a gospel/hymns album? It would be a good idea. We have one. It's called Homesick For A Country, and it is on iTunes, all the streaming platforms. Our website, you can get a physical copy, so it's a really fun one. A question about when the baby is due, and it's this fall, so coming up soon. And Jules, when will the physical copies of your albums be available?
So they are estimated to be shipped to us August 8th to the 16th, so sometime within that range, and then as soon as we get them, we'll ship them off. So by we, I mean Nicole will help with that. So yeah.
Andy Clark just gave us a message saying, I love sitting here laughing with all of you.
Aw.
Hi, Andy.
Ha ha ha.
Laughing with us. Remember.
Again, I'm not having triplets.
Name them Katie, Ellen, and Matt.
Oh, there were a couple questions about.
Oh, sorry.
Ellen. She's like, I'm gonna name this baby Ellen.
Are you taking a banjo player to Europe with you?
No.
These
That's
are
why our
questions-
show's all sold out.
These are questions people have asked. No, just like we did when Katie was in Nicaragua and England, and what we did while Jules was in college in Oxford. we continue on and we just have one less band member. So
But we get to cover different things because of it. So
yeah, it's fun because the repertoire changes and everyone kind of jumps in and takes over harmony parts, and you just switch out songs that they sing the lead on. So it actually works out pretty well.
But we are going to put a little memorial to Ellen on the side of the stage where she usually is. Little photo, some
a
flowers,
candle.
a candle, a photo of the triplets that she's having.
Matt, what brand of guitar strings do you recommend for steel and for nylon stringed guitars?
Ooh, no.
I don't know nylon, but I use Diodero. And they're 5613 is the gauge on them. So a little heavier on the top end. So yeah, and I do the coated. So they're always coming out with a newer one that's just like a couple bucks more. And so I always fall for that.
But it comes with a sticker.
It comes with, now they come with a sticker and I'm like, would they like drop it $1 and I don't get a sticker every time I change my strings?
Okay. Jules, this is from, I think someone that lives overseas. Can you share what the college experience of hanging out at a Waffle House is like? This is a great question.
Huh.
A lot of
Thanks,
pills.
Ernest.
Yeah, so, well, especially where I went to college, nothing else. So Waffle House is open 24 hours a day, like never closes. And
Which
it's like
shows.
pretty much, yeah, it's pretty much the only place in town that is like that, especially in this, like, maybe in bigger cities that's not the case, but in like a small town, Waffle House is like the only place that's open if like you're hanging out with friends or like studying, or like it's just like a late hour in the night and you don't want to go to the library. And also our library closed early too. So it was like pretty much the only place open past like 10 or 11. So my friends and I would go there if we ever did like a road trip, or there was like a meteor that like, not a meteor, it was something in the sky, not a meteor.
No, they call those meteors.
I don't know. There was something in
You
the
start
sky.
seeing meteors at
I'm-
some point. Every night.
Mediocre.
When you stay up all night,
I-
you start seeing a lot of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my friends and I, like all of us went out to go see that. And then like at 3 a.m. Waffle House is open. So you go there, it's breakfast pretty much. So great hash browns. The workers are always really fun. Like the tables are kind of right by the kitchen. So like they're just kind of talking to you and doing it. I don't know. Just, it's a very fun experience. I really like Waffle
You're
House.
making me kind of want to go to Waffle House.
I kind of wonder how much homework gets done.
But you stopped at great hash browns. What else I got?
Their waffles are also really good. I like their waffles.
They'll
I
add
get chocolate
onions
milk
to
sometimes.
anything. Like, you put
Mom's like,
onion-
I also have things to say about Waffle
Well,
House.
that's where you and Dad on 1985, October 12th. You guys went to Waffle House.
Onions under waffles?
My
Yeah.
hometown is so small it doesn't even have a Waffle House.
We don't
Oh,
have one.
That's small.
We have an IHOP.
Another question for Jules is, I was really impressed with the production of Beatrice. Can you tell us how much of that was arranged in studio and how much you had in mind before recording?
So, I mean, a decent amount of it was kind of arranged in studio just because a lot, like, I've never played with drums before. So, I don't even, if I started giving a drum player advice on, like, what I wanted them to do, I just feel like it would be a nightmare. So, like, instrumentalists who are very good at their instruments, I wanted them to be able to kind of be very good at their instruments. So, like, in that respect, it was arranged in the studio, but I had, like, outlines on the piano that I'd been doing. And then only one song that I was doing on the guitar, but I'm not at all a guitar player. So like, again, it was like written on the guitar. But anyway, so the outline was kind of there. And my friend Katie Ellis, who sang on Silly Girls, she also helped a lot of the arranging before studio. So she helped me with some of the song outlines and made it kind of fun. And then like theory stuff, my music professor was super helpful. And then Mom and Katie were always super helpful too. So yeah, it's kind of a decent mix.
Question, do we have plans for people to join us in a choir for another song?
Not right now. It was very fun.
We loved it.
So when
Beatrice
we did
remix.
that and asked
Still
Troy
Silly
if that
girls.
would be okay, how many people did you think he was imagining? Don't you think he thought maybe
I think
50?
it was between 50 and 100 when Troy talked to me. He
Okay.
was like, yeah, he's like, if 50 people sent in, he's like, even like, he mentioned something like 85 or he was guessing around there. And I was like, yeah.
And then what was the final number?
We had almost 500.
And how long didn't he have to just keep?
Well, you can't mix that many. Emmett knows this better than I do.
Right. In Pro Tools, you don't have room for that many single tracks. So he was having to use a different program that combined, was it 10? 15?
10 at a time.
10 at a time into a single track and dropped those in.
I don't know.
Sorry,
It's
sorry.
terrible to say I laughed at his misery, but I just, his surprise, I'm sure, was like, another 500?
It was so fun. Question: how many Hey Good Cousins will Banjo Baby have?
You got this.
10. So Michael and I's kid will be at number 11 in the Hey Good Cousin crew.
Yeah.
11, 12, 13.
Not triplets. Okay. Question from Rick: was Michael there when we told Katie about the baby? Referencing, I posted a video of Michael and I telling our family that you're having a kid, and Michael was the one filming, so he was there. So
Who else would have been filming?
you never know. Actually, we have random people take pictures and stuff.
Aaron, get in here.
So
Plug your ears.
yes. Question: Quentin is coming to see us in October. Do we do meet and greets for Patreon at our Branson show?
Yes.
So for our Patreon community, we love doing private meet and greets, usually before the shows, always before the shows in Branson. And then on the road, we send out specific information about where to meet and what time. And it's just a chance that we have as a band to get to meet them. And we get a group picture and get to hang out. And so, yeah, we have all that information. I can repost again. That's a good question, Quentin, about the Branson times and all that fun stuff. But it's just a fun opportunity. We can't do it for everyone, obviously, because there's only so many of us. But it's just a fun perk we have for our Patreon community. And then after the show, we usually are able to go out and do a meet and greet with everyone. And we try to do group pictures, but sometimes lobby space is not available. So we just do the best we can depending on the venue size and kind of crowd control flow, and whether or not we have a flight to catch to make it to the next show. So all fun stuff. Julianne, how did you get hit by a truck?
So yeah, so that's why I have a scar in that scar. But I was walking, it was after a concert, and I was walking across this crosswalk, had the right of way, and all these cars were stopped, but in the last lane, a car didn't see people walking, and it was like one of those where you like stop, look for pedestrians, and keep going, so they must have just assumed no one was there. And so as I was walking to the last lane, my friend pulled me back just in time, so it was on my full body, but I got hit by a truck and flew up in the air. It was pretty fun. A lot of witnesses. It was a hit and run, so they just kept going. And then, yeah, it really wasn't too painful. The ER doc was really nice, and it like went as good as it could have gone for getting hit by a truck. Nothing broken, just stopped.
Optimal scenario.
Yeah.
In the face.
They didn't want to stay and get fined.
Yeah. Yeah.
They'd
But
rather
all the
hit and
other
run.
cars were stopped, so he should have stopped. It wasn't like
Yeah.
he was, you know.
Well, Julian was having a problem swallowing a pill. That's why she was like, the pill
We are
pops
very
out.
thankful that Julianne is alive and well. That was a
Yes.
nice
Yeah.
little wake up call.
My friend pulled me back just in time, so she saved my life. So I'm very thankful for her. But yeah, went as good as it could have gone.
and we're salty at the dude.
Oh,
That's all.
okay.
Katie, when are you gonna do another cooking video? I feel like I ask this every YouTube live.
We'll get around to it, won't we, Jules?
Oh yeah.
Unless you want to film her making Egos.
Okay. Matt, when is the band coming to Australia?
We
Yeah.
don't have anything right now. We'd love to go. It'd be very
want
fun.
to. There's so many of you there. What does help is if you tell us which city we need to go to in Australia. Because Australia is a very large country. So
We had some Australians at the show this week.
We did.
Very cute family.
They were awesome.
they were so fun.
During the Q&A, he raised his hand, and all of a sudden, when they asked the question, they had the most awesome accent ever, and everybody turned and looked, and we're like, ooh.
That's what happens when you ask a question at a show.
Greg just gave us money for each of us to get our beverage of choice.
Yay.
Since not all of us can drink coffee at this time, thank you.
Oh.
Thank you, Greg.
Aw.
Okay,
You're
Emmett,
not allowed to drink coffee?
if you had to choose between a squirrel and a chipmunk, which one would you choose?
More of you.
I'm just reading the question.
Wait, so if both of them were in the road and I had to choose which one I wanted to run over
That's not the question.
Yes.
I think it's
like
for
that
a pet.
for a pet? Oh, absolutely not.
Which one though?
Which one would you swerve to miss?
The chipmunk.
The chipmunks are
Squirrels.
cute.
Yeah.
He's a chipmunk guy.
Chipmunk.
Okay.
Squirrels can get
That's how
pretty
rumors
big
start.
these days.
Yeah.
Mom, question for you. Why do you like the name Homer?
I think Homer Haygood just has a nice ring to it.
Oh,
yeah.
Thank you. I
A
appreciate
lot of
that.
what we say are jokes and not actually.
How did that?
But that was
Homer
serious.
Haygood.
Okay.
Middle name Bound.
Oh, we do have a question from Judy Zoo.
Homer
Matt,
Bound, hey good.
when will we get a cooking video from you?
Once my house has AC again.
We've had a rough week
It's been-
because our power went out Sunday night, like at what,
Sunday.
1 a.m. or something. And 3 of us live in the same neighborhood.
Oh.
4 of us live in the same neighborhood.
Oh.
What? We didn't have power. Okay.
I will just say Emma and I are the only 2 band members that retained electricity for a long time. So I had several homeless siblings.
We had homes. They just weren't doing what we wanted them to do. Kind of like my last relationship.
Okay. Mom, question for you. If you lowered the end pin on your bass, wouldn't it be easier to play? Why do you play it with the peg up so high?
Well, my teachers have said you want to play with your arm parallel to the ground. So that's about the right spot for me. Yeah. And as I get shorter, I'll keep lowering it.
Or maybe the
Well,
bass could just kind of
When
hunch over
I get
too.
hunched over, it'll be really low.
We could just bend the bass neck to hunch with you.
Yeah. That's right. So I think it's better.
Question for all of us. How does it feel when people you've never met act like they know you? Like when people ask about your tomatoes or other Instagram items, does it ever feel weird?
No one's ever asked me about my tomatoes.
Yeah, same.
How are your tomatoes?
It depends on who it is that asks.
So it's only weird if you're weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, people I don't know well at church can ask the same question. But yeah, just kind of depends on the person.
That's an interesting question
That is an interesting
Aw.
question.
about the tomatoes.
And Gardner just sent in a super nice message. Always good to see your live posts. Ellen, I'm sure your children are going to be a huge blessing to our world with such great grandparents, aunts, and uncles.
Aww.
Thank you, Gordon.
That was sweet.
Okay. Katie, do you have a personal favorite song you've written?
I enjoy just the process of writing. So it helps, like, if a song lands well for someone else, I enjoy that too. So as we, share original music, if I can tell the song is helping someone else or they're connecting with it, then I enjoy that. So, when we started doing Hey Grandpa, that was really fun because I just felt like that was a song that everybody could connect with if they were a grandparent or if they had a grandparent, which everybody does. And so it was just kind of fun getting to talk with people about their memories through that song. So that's what I like about writing music. And sometimes that happens with songs you don't expect it to. So
Do you have like a song yours that guys cover? Isn't there a song you have that a lot
The
of
Ring
guys
song?
The Ring, California, the Ring song?
I've covered
Yeah.
California too.
California.
Yeah.
There's some like funny response songs.
mm-hmm.
I like this.
Yeah.
Or the song about your tomatoes you wrote.
Andy Clark says, Katie recommended The Life of Obedience a while back and found this a very rewarding read.
It's a book.
Oh, it's a book. I was like news to me.
Sister Katie.
What are you reading? And this could be to any of us.
Looking for my
currently.
Boaz.
What am I currently reading?
Yeah, or any of us. He opened it up to.
I just started listening to the Bible recap like yesterday.
King James.
Oh,
Jeff just says, you guys are the best. Thank you all so much. Thank you, Jeff. That's so kind.
I just finished a book club on Life Together by Dietrich Bonhoeffer, so that was fun. And then I kind of rotate between like 6 books because normally I'll read 20 pages of one and then be in the mood for a different genre. So right now I'm reading 6 books.
I've been recommending Gentle and Lowly a lot lately. It's a Dane Ortland book. It is a beautiful read. So,
Neil says, here's for some waffles. You made me hungry talking about them. Thank you, Neil,
Aw.
for the waffles.
I could get some of that in the fridge.
Coming up.
Okay, Norm asks, outside of music, favorite pastime or hobby, rapid fire, starting with mom.
Yeah, knitting.
I just like being outside.
Joel.
Reading.
Volleyball.
Being outside.
Swimming.
I love bonfires, but not right now. It's too hot, so
That was not rapid fire.
yeah, okay.
No, she likes being by the rapid fire.
Waiting, this is from Vinicius.
Oh.
Oh.
Vinicius.
Yay! We met him.
Brigadero recipe on Katie's channel. Vinny, from your trip to Brazil here.
What's up?
You know, I accidentally bought, so I bought like a little jar. It said Brigadero in the Brazilian airport, and I brought it back. And turns out it's the filling. So I bought like a whole jar of Brigadero filling, and I thought I just bought them like pre-made. So you just roll that in little sprinkles if you want. But yeah, it was news to me.
Brigadero is
Yeah.
so good.
one of the
Very
best
good.
chocolates I've ever tasted.
Yes.
That's what's in those little
Big
containers.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's Brigadero filling. Katie and I were trying to learn Portuguese on our Duolingo app, and we had some people come to our show who spoke Portuguese, and I was trying to remember what thank you meant, and I couldn't remember it, and I almost told them Brigadero. So that would have been
Just
embarrassing.
whisper that to me. She goes, Brigadero, and I was like,
chocolate.
No,
She goes,
what
Cafe
is it?
Cusco.
oh my god.
Oh, Brigada. Yeah. Brigada.
Yeah.
But you guys were learning it on your flight home.
I've still been learning
We
Portuguese,
were
but
learning
I'm
on
just
the way
really
there,
bad
too,
at it.
and it just
I didn't-
continued.
I didn't see
bad.
that. I only saw them learning on the way back, and I was like, that's not very useful.
No, I was learning it the whole time.
Tim Foster loves the song Silly Girls, and he hopes it makes it into the live shows.
I'll think about that.
It's crazy.
Connected with Tim.
Have we ever considered recording a concert album and DVD, including original songs?
Just
And
did.
Speaking of that, we did have a question about our next YouTube live concert.
Yeah, are you looking at me?
Sure.
Oh.
You're looking
Are
at
we
the
all
screen. Well, we don't have one right now. That we were. I mean, it'd be fun to do something with the Christmas show, but definitely not anything this fall, because Ellen's gonna be sitting on a bench. I'm just kidding.
David Watson gave us money for Baby Fund. Thank you, David.
Wow.
Also,
Oh, thank you.
Happy
birthday!
Baby
We're
Fund.
here on your birthday. We planned this chat just
Happy birthday, David.
Okay, will we be touring overseas again next year, and where would we like to play next?
Yeah, we will definitely try to jump back over.
We learned so much going places the first time. Like the way we toured Ireland, we did 4 tours in Ireland, and each time we went over, we learned more. So this is our first time to all of these countries to play music, and so the goal would be to learn and be able to go back better and add more places. So we're kind of in like a learning.
But I don't want to say we're going to go somewhere and then us not go there. So that's what I can't do. So we have places we want to go. So we've wanted to go to the UK for a very long time, in Germany and Amsterdam. So like these are all like places we've wanted to go, and it worked out. So we like traveling. We love sharing music and connecting with different people. I mean, all over the world. Like Australia was in the chat earlier. Japan's always been something that's like been very fun. It's kind of hard to get to some of these places, and that's kind of the biggest thing is like, can we get there within a reasonable time and still like not lose money? Like losing money is like a reason we don't go some places.
That's true. Glenn Gardner comments again, just wondering what Katie or Jules thought of the God a Good Father book.
Oh.
If you haven't read it.
Yeah, I don't think I've read that one.
Still reading that obedience book.
Probably going to reread it.
A question from Jim. Do you have to pay a fee to record other artists' songs? So when we post a cover song on YouTube, YouTube's algorithm will recognize that we did not write the song, and so it will automatically divvy up the revenue. And so you don't make much money covering songs written by other people. But if we post an original song, then all the ad revenue does go towards us. And then for like Spotify and on physical albums, you do have to go through and register like how the song's being distributed. Like, is it streaming or is it on a physical CD? Or so you mark that and keep tallying and you pay the songwriters and publishing companies that way. Okay.
Ellen wrote herself.
Moving on.
Katie, what is the process of determining the set list for your shows, and have you ever changed them right before a performance?
Never.
Red Gilbert.
Before, like 2 years
So I just
ago,
think
we
about
used
it.
to change sets, and it just got to a point where it would throw us off too much, especially with the amount of songs we're learning. And so now we have a set we pretty much stick with, unless like somebody has a random last minute like cough attack coming on in a show or vocal problem, then we'll have to make a last minute switch. But other than that, we kind of just stick seasonally with a show. And we do have a few alternating songs and shows because of YouTube. So when we're learning songs for our YouTube channel, we'll have to rotate them into the show, and we just do that whenever they're ready. So yeah, we have had a moving set list this summer, which has been really fun as we're learning a lot of new material for the YouTube channel, as well as practicing some songs that Ellen won't be playing on the Europe tour. We've been rotating in some new material too. So yeah, it's kind of fun.
Yeah, we used to be able to add more songs, but while we're trying to learn new songs for the YouTube channel, we try to keep our show set list as consistent as possible, because that frees up mental space for us to learn new music. So that's the other fun thing. Questions about the album. Questions about next year's Patreon reunion date. We have not said that yet. We're trying to figure out a couple other tour date things, and then we can figure out when we will be in Branson, and that way we'll know when we can do Patreon. Okay, this is from Archery Boat 2000. Love you guys, coming from Arizona to see you perform in June of 2024. Do you know when
Oh my.
you can purchase tickets in advance? Do you know when our Branson tickets will be up?
We haven't finalized. I mean, we know our schedule. We just haven't finalized all of it. So it's kind of a
it'll be Tuesday and Thursday too, at least.
yes.
And we'll for sure be here in June. So that's a great time to come see us.
We technically we would like to release our tickets as soon as possible, at least a year out, but we have to get it approved with the IMAX. So, and they always have different shows coming in, so they have to be, they have to manage it well, and so they can't officially claim. So we could claim that we're going to play this show, and 99% chance we would.
And if they're planning their vacation, like the last few years, we haven't been in the IMAX the week after Memorial Day weekend. I don't know if that's still happening. But
Yeah, the Tuesday, Thursday after Memorial, we typically
That's
are.
a good note.
so we won't be there that first week after then.
John Gallagher says, Katie, will you marry me?
Probably not.
She'll think about it.
No.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Jeffrey Johnson. When I sent the AC, it was me after and Katie got the gift card. Did anyone fight over the gift card?
What did you get?
Jeffrey sent us a adapter for our Europe tour.
Oh,
So
Oh.
yeah, it's right there on my desk.
Yay.
see that?
Thank you, Jeffrey. Okay.
Our whole sound system plugged into this.
Jules, are you gonna release Beatrice on vinyl?
I would love to, but buying the CDs is very expensive right now. So I feel like doing it on vinyl would also be very expensive. So until I have like enough of the CDs to be able to put into other things, probably need to wait on that, unfortunately. But yeah, I would love to.
Albums are a long game because you pay the studio, you pay all the musicians, you pay the mixing and mastering, you then buy the products, you pay all the registration fees. So it takes a while to recover all of those costs, and then you can diversify a little more. Jason Word says, hi, Matt.
Oh, what's up, dude? I see you.
Dino has a comment about our Dolby Atmos mix. It is, I guess it is mixed from the stage performer's perspective and not the audience perspective. So when he listens, Ellen's voice is in his right ear while he sees her to the left.
Did he
because
try
he's used to
turning around?
staring at the stage. Katie suggests turning around.
I think it's good for the brain. It's like an exercise.
Yeah.
Keeps you sharp. Trying to fix all that.
Okay, last question from Tom. He ordered the physical CD from my Ozark Mountain home, and after Amazing Grace plays at the end, after a pause, just the choir comes back in and sings. And this is something that we kind of just threw in there for fun. It's not on any of the streaming platforms. It's also on the vinyl. But we thought the online choir was so stunning that we wanted to have a moment with just the voices singing. And so our audio producer, Troy, threw that in at the end of the album. So it's just like a special gift. And I'm really glad you noticed and enjoyed it. So that's one of my favorite things about the album.
Yeah, I think a lot of people actually haven't. Wait, you haven't heard that
I
yet?
didn't know that
I
either.
haven't either.
Same.
Oh
Guys,
my!
It's beautiful.
Oh my
It's
goodness!
amazing. Just let the last track play out.
I like to.
I was not given a physical copy.
Yeah,
If
same.
it is not that's so funny. Okay.
I like to have things
Lynn
forward.
Gardner says hi, Emmett.
Hi.
Kim said, oh, she gave $50 for Matt's AC fine.
Aw.
I'm looking forward to Grapevine
That's gonna
Christmas
take
show.
Thank you.
And friends. He purchased the entire B-row at the 3 p.m. show. Thank you so
The whole
much.
B-roll?
Okay, tour dates. We are about to go to Europe. And so we're going to be in Amsterdam, Netherlands, and Cologne, Germany. And then we're going to be in the UK 3 days. I know Cologne, Germany was sold out, and then they opened up some more tickets. So if you tried to get tickets, and it was sold out. I believe they just opened up a few more. I don't know how many.
I'd have to.
We're not running this show, so get them fast if you
We're
wanted
running
to
the
see us in Germany. And then we're also, right after Thanksgiving, we're traveling around the United States with the release of our Christmas album that will be coming out in November. And all that information is on our website, which is petersenband.com. You can look under the tab show dates, and it has all of that information in there. And then also, I know Liz Newton has probably updated the description and the comments of this video with all of the tour information as well. And if you wanted to get tickets to one of those shows and it was already sold out, we send out, always how we release tickets is we notify our Patreon community first, and then I will send out an email blast to everyone that's subscribed to our email newsletter. So if you want to get first chance to get tickets to all of these things, make sure you either join our Patreon community or sign up for our email list on our website, and that is how you can be the first to know about our tour dates. And tonight is our last show in Branson, Missouri until September 7th.
Wow.
So we have an 8 p.m. show. We're really excited. And then we have a couple weeks before we travel to Europe. And then we're back in Branson until the end of the year. I think our last show is December 30th is our last show.
Yay.
Which is a
Happy
great
birthday.
It's my
We
birthday.
might have a birthday.
Well, we were gonna end our season, but we wanted to throw in one more birthday.
Happy birthday, money for baby fun.
Thank you.
Yay, thank you.
Not a baby.
We're babies
Not
too.
Oh, and Amy Clark gave me money for baby fun. Michael Clark says way to be a team player. Emmett.
About what?
What did he do?
He picked a
Nicholas
chipmunk.
Quist says, welcome to Europe. Hope you can visit Sweden in the future. We would
Ooh,
love that.
I have been to Sweden.
Jules has been to Sweden.
No, he said in the
Probably
future.
band.
There's so many wonderful countries that we would love to go to. So hopefully in the future. Vino says, Katie, you just solved my audio problem.
Yes.
All right, guys, thanks so much for joining us on this YouTube live. Any final words?
We'll see you in Europe.
Yeah.
Ew.
Bye, guys.
Guys.
Bye.
Bye.